What's happening everyone, my name is Alex and welcome back. In today's video we are checking out the latest wireless microphone system from Synco called the G3. So this has one receiver and two transmitters. You basically get two wireless microphones, so you can use just one of them or both of them depending on your needs, of course. This system can also be used with iPhones, with Android devices, with camera and pretty much with any other device that can take a microphone, or it can be used just by itself. So it does have internal storage and it can record the sound just in itself. So if you don't want to use it with any device, you can just use it by itself. So it is a device that works with pretty much all devices that need a microphone. Now, just before we go any further, let's start with a bit of an unboxing just so I can show you what comes in the box with it. Alright, so the device comes in a good looking box. Of course, the box is pretty small because the device itself is pretty small, and the first thing you're gonna find in the box is the user manual. And the user manual for this particular product is actually useful. With a lot of products, you don't necessarily need to check out the user manual, but with this one, I highly recommend that you check it out because it has a lot of information here, and the device itself has a lot of functions, so this will help you understand some of those functions. Aside from that, we have this carrying pouch. So everything is basically inside this carrying pouch, and it makes things easier, of course, because you have everything nicely organized in this. In that carrying case, you're gonna find a USB-C to a USB-C cable. So this is the cable that you'd use in case you wanna connect the wireless microphone system to an Android device. This right here is the Pixel 7 Pro, and this is the phone that we are gonna be using later on to do a couple of tests. So you do have that cable. We also have an adapter here, so let me just take it out. So this is a USB-C to a Lightning adapter. So if you want to use the wireless microphone system with an iPhone, you're going to use this adapter right here. And we also have another adapter that's from USB-A to a USB-C. So if you want to connect the system to your computer, for example, so you can download those files that you have inside the device. So you have all the adapters that you need. Of course, we have a 3.5mm TRRS cable in here as well. And then we have two of these windscreens. So we have two of them, one for each microphone. So the microphones are sitting on the receiver here, or together with the receiver, and they're basically charging from the receiver here. So if you take one of these off, you can put the windscreen on it. So of course you can use this just like this if you're filming outside, for example, if it's windy wherever you're filming. So this will cut down some of that wind noise. The microphone system itself is pretty small and also pretty light. First, on the back we have a clip. So for example, you could use this on your belt, or if you have a camera, this clip will fit any camera basically. So this is why this is designed this way. So it can work with pretty much any camera on any situation, let's say. On the back of this, we also have a screen and 4 buttons. And we have that screen because you can actually customize everything about everything. So just to give you an example. Let's say that you're using both microphones. One person using this microphone talks pretty loud, so you can turn down the gain on this one, but the other person doesn't talk as loud, so you can turn up the gain on this one. So everything about this system is very customizable. Actually, this is more customizable than any other device like this that I've seen in the past. So you can pretty much change anything. The receiver itself also has a microphone at the bottom here. Of course, you can also monitor the sound with some headphones. It depends what kind of a device you have plugged in into this. But my point was the receiver here also has a microphone. So the receiver can also record sound. So if you want to record the sound by the camera, let's say that maybe someone is filming with a camera and you're further away because you're using one of these wireless microphones, you can actually use the sound from the receiver as well. So as I said, endless possibilities with this system. Something that I haven't actually seen like the receiver having a microphone. So a lot of possibilities. Now, one thing that I'm not a big fan of regarding the transmitter here is the screen brightness. So if you're using the system indoors, no problems whatsoever. You can see that screen really well. But if you do go outside and it's bright out, that screen is a bit difficult to see. So keep that in mind. Alright, so when the transmitters or the microphones, depending how you want to call them, are sitting like this, so plugged into the receiver, basically they're also charging. You can get about 5 to 6 hours of battery life on each transmitter, and that's more than enough for pretty much anybody's needs, I'm gonna say. Next, taking a super quick look at the wireless microphones. So basically you take one off. It's that easy to take it off. You basically pull it up and it comes off. And as soon as you take it off from the transmitter, it actually connects to the transmitter. You don't have to do anything, and it works the same on both of them. So taking a look at one of these, on the back we have a clip, so you can put this on your shirt, for example. Then we have the holes for the actual microphone. There we have a little button on the side, so you can start recordings. And at the bottom we have a 3.5mm audio jack. Now with this audio jack you can plug in some headphones so you can see how the sound is. Unfortunately, you cannot plug a microphone in. I was kind of hoping that you could plug in a microphone and then you'd have this on your belt and you can put like a microphone here, but no, that's not the case. So you're always gonna have to use the microphone right here on the transmitter. So yeah, I kind of wish we could plug in a microphone to this. So this is also super light and pretty small, as you can see. And I guess the next thing we should do is see how these sounds in different situations. So I'm gonna be using them with this Pixel 7 Pro. So we'll do a recording here inside with the phone, then I'll do the same recording with the microphone. We'll also go outside and we'll check them out in different situations. So let me mount this phone up there and let's see how the sound is from this phone. Alright, so for this recording we are using the audio and the video from the Pixel 7 Pro, and of course we are recording in 4K at 30 frames per second. I also have the Pixel in the same spot I had my camera before. So next I'm gonna plug this in the Pixel. We'll use one of these microphones and we'll see how the sound is different from the sound captured by the internal microphone inside the Pixel 7 Pro. So let me put this on. Alright, so for our next test, we have the Pixel 7 Pro in the exact same spot, but I do have the wireless microphone system connected to it. And you can probably see I have the wireless microphone right here. I'm gonna tap on it, hopefully that's not too loud. So this is how the sound will be captured if you are using one of these wireless microphones compared to the sound that's captured by the internal microphone inside the Pixel 7 Pro. Next, we're gonna go and do a bit of a test outside. It is super windy out today, so we'll see how one of these also works. So yeah, this is how the wireless microphone would pick up sound indoors in a fairly quiet place, I'm gonna say. Alright, so for our next test, I am outside and I am filming with the Pixel 7 Pro, basically holding the Pixel 7 Pro just as I would if I would be vlogging, for example. So we do have a bit of wind, not that much wind, but we also have some traffic around us. So we'll see how the Pixel 7 Pro captures sound under these conditions. Next I'm gonna get that wireless microphone, I'll put it right here and we'll see how it captures sound that way. Alright, and we are moving on to our next test. For this test, as you can see for yourself, I do have the wireless microphone right here. It is just as windy as it was before, even though now we don't have any cars passing. Actually, there is a car passing right now. So I'm gonna wait and see how the wireless microphone basically captures sound when you have other sound aside from my voice. So I can hear a couple of cars coming by. So we'll see how the microphone actually captures the sound of those cars that are passing by. And also with a bit of wind, not that much wind, but a tiny bit of wind. So yeah, this is how this wireless microphone would capture sound if you are outdoors, basically. Okay, so for our next quick test, we are checking out and see how the Pixel 7 Pro would record audio if you are filming two people, for example. So I have Laura right here. Hi, Laura.
Hi.
How are you today?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. So are you cold or hot today?
I am fairly cold, hence the sweater.
I thought you live somewhere where there's like endless summer.
But when you adapt to these temperatures, any change
I understand.
can cause severe coldness.
Okay, so that's how the Pixel 7 Pro captures the audio with the internal microphone. Next, let's see how it captures audio if we have the wireless microphones set up. Alright, so next I have the wireless microphone set up. So I have one here and Laura also has one microphone set up. So for a situation like this where you'd be talking to someone else, it makes sense to have a wireless system so you can capture sound from both people. Hi Laura.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great. So are you cold or are you hot today?
Oh, I'm still very cold.
How come that you're cold? It looks sunny out, well, kind of almost sunny.
It's because it's partly cloudy and it's only 19 degrees.
19 degrees, is that Celsius or?
That is Celsius.
So as you've heard, Laura lives a very tough life and she's cold. But yeah, this is how the Pixel 7 Pro would capture sound if you are using the wireless microphones. Alright, so as you've heard for yourself, pretty massive difference when you're using the internal microphone in the Pixel 7 Pro and when you're using the wireless microphone. The wireless microphone sounds 1,000 times better. I actually didn't think that there would be such a big difference even indoors. I was actually expecting a big difference outdoors because most phones don't do great outdoors, but I didn't actually think there would be that big of a difference indoors as well. Next, I also want to go and find the windier spot because it wasn't that windy when I was filming earlier. So I want to find a windier spot and see how this basically captures sound if there is a lot of wind around us. So I'm gonna take it outside and see where I find some wind. So let's go and see how that sounds. Okay, so I'm sure that my neighbors will think I'm insane because I'm talking to a phone, but I wanted to show you how, oh my god, it is windy now, how the Pixel 7 Pro would capture sound if it's windy out. Next, let me put that wireless microphone and we'll see how it captures sound with that. Alright, and we are moving on to our next test. It is just as windy as it was a minute ago, so now I'm using the wireless microphone. Of course, I have the windscreen on it because otherwise it would capture too much wind. So I just wanted to show you how the sound quality would be compared to the Pixel 7 Pro. This is just an example. Of course, this would be the same with an iPhone, a camera, and so on. So yeah, this is how the wireless microphone would capture sound if it's windy out. As I mentioned earlier, the G3 is highly customizable as well. Now, for me personally, I'm just a simple guy that wants simple things, so the only thing that I've changed was the gain for each individual microphone. Because, for example, for Laura, she does need a bit more gain because she doesn't speak that loudly. But everything is individually customizable. You can customize the receiver individually, you can customize each microphone individually. So you do get a lot of customization, I'm gonna say, for this system. But it really depends on your needs because not everyone has the same needs, of course. So yeah, if you're looking for a super customizable wireless microphone system, definitely check out the Synco G3. Alright guys, hopefully this video was useful. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one.